I stood at the edge of the courtyard, holding the small note I had rewritten 100 times. Just say it, I whispered to myself, but my voice shook. For years I had carried these feelings for Lily, hoping one day she would finally turn her eyes toward me. Today was supposed to be that day. Today I thought I would finally be brave enough. Ethan? What are you doing out here? Daniel stepped beside me, staring at the crushed note in my hand. I'm going to tell her, I said. I have to. I can't keep pretending anymore. He sighed. You sure? She's complicated. I know, I said. But I can't keep hiding. I took a deep breath and walked forward. I saw Lily near the fountain, her hair glowing in the sunlight. My heart raced. I opened my mouth to call her name, but before a single sound left me, Mason Drake arrived, tossing his car keys in the air like he carried the world in his pocket. Lily! He shouted. His voice echoed. She turned instantly, smiling like she'd been waiting only for him. I froze. He wrapped an arm around her shoulders. I told you I'd pick you up. Didn't I say I always keep my word? She laughed. Yeah, I know. I was just about to text you. I felt the note grow damp in my palm. I stood there, invisible, watching her light up in a way she never did around me. Daniel whispered, Ethan, don't do this to yourself. But I couldn't move. I heard Mason say, Come on, babe. Everyone's waiting for us. You look amazing, by the way. She giggled, brushing her hair back. Stop. You're making me blush. They walked right past me. Not even a glance. Not a pause. Not a moment of recognition. My chest tightened. It felt like something inside me cracked, the sound silent but painful enough to echo. Daniel stepped in front of me. Hey! Look at me! I didn't. I couldn't. My eyes stayed locked on the spot where Lily had been. Ethan, wake up, he said firmly. She doesn't see you. She's never seen you. I swallowed hard. I thought, maybe today would be different. It wasn't, he said. But you don't have to let this destroy you. I laughed weakly. Too late. He grabbed my shoulder. You can't let one girl ruin your whole world. It's not one girl, I whispered. It's years of trying. Years of hoping she'd finally notice me. Daniel sighed. Then stop hoping. Stop giving her power over you. I wanted to answer, but my throat burned. Instead, I stared at the note, my confession, my heart, everything I couldn't say, now crushed and useless in my fist. Why wasn't I enough? I muttered. Daniel shook his head. She doesn't know what enough looks like. I didn't speak. I just stood there, letting the silence press against me. As Mason's car roared away in the distance, I felt the truth settle in my chest like a heavy stone. I was invisible to her. Not because I was unworthy, but because she never cared to look. That moment, watching her walk away without even recognizing my existence, cut deeper than anything before. I didn't know it then, but that wound would become the very thing that pushed me to change everything. Daniel's voice softened. Come on, Ethan. Let's go home. I nodded slowly, still staring at the empty courtyard where Lily's laughter had faded. And for the first time, I understood what heartbreak really felt like. I walked away carrying a new silent pain. I sat on the edge of my bed, staring at the blank wall. My mind kept replaying yesterday like a cruel loop. I didn't even notice Daniel step into my room until he said, You've been quiet all morning. You okay? No, I admitted. But I'm pretending I am. He folded his arms. Ethan, you can't let Lily do this to you. I'm not letting her do anything, I said. I just feel stupid. I stood there like an idiot while she walked past me like I didn't exist. Daniel sat beside me. You're human. It hurt. Own that. I don't want to own anything, I muttered. I want to forget. He sighed. You will. But not if you keep drowning yourself in silence. Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. Ava's name flashed across the screen. Daniel nudged me. Pick it up, I answered, trying to steady my voice. Hey, Ethan? You sound dead, Ava said. Talk to me. Daniel told me what happened. I rubbed my eyes. I just made a fool of myself. You didn't, she said firmly. She made a fool of herself for not seeing what you're worth. I laughed weakly. I don't feel worth anything right now. That's because you're hurting, she said. But you'll stand again. You always do. I didn't respond. I didn't believe her. Ethan, Ava continued softly, you're allowed to break. But I don't want to break, I whispered. I want to move on. I want to stop feeling like this. She paused. Then let yourself feel it first. After the call, I dragged myself to work. The office lights felt too bright, and every sound felt heavier. I tried to focus, but my mind kept drifting back to Lily's smile as she walked away with Mason. Cole! Mr. Griffin barked from behind me. You're staring at your screen like it's a horror movie. I flinched. Sorry. I'm just tired. He stepped closer. Tired is one thing. Unfocused is another. Your numbers are dropping. I'll fix it, I said quickly. I don't want promises, he replied. I want results. Whatever's distracting you, deal with it. I will. He looked at me for a long second. See that you do. When he walked away, I let out a shaky breath. I knew I was slipping, but I couldn't stop it. During lunch, I opened my phone. Big mistake. The first thing on my feed was Lily and Mason posing at some rooftop lounge. His hand on her waist. Her smile shining like everything in her life was perfect. Daniel sat across from me. Why do you keep looking at them? I don't know, I said. Every time I look it hurts, but I still look. It's torture, he said. I know, I whispered. Another photo loaded, Mason kissing her cheek while she blushed. My chest tightened. It felt like a punch I couldn't dodge. Daniel shook his head. You need to stop giving them space in your mind. I'm trying, I said. But my heart doesn't listen. He leaned closer. Then talk to it. Tell it this isn't the end. I looked away. It feels like the end. No, he said softly. It's the bottom. But bottoms don't last forever. I wanted to believe him. But as I sat there staring at their perfect picture, all I felt was the weight of my own brokenness. And I wasn't ready to move on. Not yet. I just wanted coffee. That's all. But life didn't care what I wanted. As soon as I stepped into the cafe, I heard Mason's loud laugh. Lily sat across from him, twirling her straw while he bragged about something. I froze, hoping they wouldn't notice me, but luck wasn't kind to me these days. Mason spotted me first. Hey! Isn't that the guy who? Don't, Lily whispered, glancing at me. He smirked. Relax, babe. I was just saying hi. I clenched my jaw and turned away, heading toward the counter, but I still heard Lily's voice. Just leave it, Mason. Come on, he said. He's harmless. His words stabbed deeper than he probably realized. I ordered my drink with shaky hands. As I waited, Lily spoke again. You don't have to talk about him like that. Why? Mason laughed. He's nobody. My chest tightened. I didn't look at them. I didn't trust myself to. I grabbed my cup and walked out without a word. But the moment the cold air hit my face, everything inside me snapped. I leaned against the wall, breathing hard. I can't do this anymore, I whispered. I can't keep breaking like this. Later that evening, Ava found me sitting alone on the park bench. Daniel told me what happened, she said, sitting beside me. Talk. There's nothing to say. That's a lie, she said. I can hear it in your voice. I looked down. He called me nobody. And the worst part? He's right. No, he's not, she argued. You're letting him be right. I shook my head. Lily looked embarrassed to even be talking about me. She doesn't define you, Ava said. Neither does Mason. I thought I had value, I whispered. But the world keeps proving me wrong. She grabbed my wrist. Ethan, you don't need her to be worth something. I froze. Her words didn't just hit me, they opened something inside me. A door. A crack of light. You've spent so long waiting for someone to choose you, she said. Why don't you choose yourself for once? I looked at her slowly. Choose myself? Yes, she said. Build yourself. Work on yourself. Become someone you're proud of. Stop waiting for someone to validate your existence. I let out a shaky breath. I don't know where to start. Start anywhere, she said. Pick something you care about. Something you used to believe you could be. The image of my old business textbook flashed in my mind. I had stopped studying months ago, too tired and too discouraged. I used to want to build something, I said. Start a business. Learn the skills. So start again, she said simply. Just like that? Just like that, she said. Pain makes people do two things, break or rise. You deserve to rise. I stared at her, letting the words sink in. For the first time in a long while, I felt something other than hurt. I felt direction. Motivation. A spark. I'm done begging for love, I whispered. I'm done waiting to be seen. Ava smiled. Good. That night, I sat at my desk and opened the old course website. My hands trembled as I clicked enroll. But for once, the trembling came from excitement, not fear. This is it, I whispered. My beginning. And I meant it. My alarm rang at 5 in the morning, and for once, I didn't hit snooze. I dragged myself out of bed, opened my laptop, and started my first business module. My eyes burned, but my mind felt awake. Around 8, Daniel walked in and blinked. You're studying? Since when? Since last night, I said. I'm starting over. He grinned. About time. I'm proud of you. I'm not doing it for pride, I said. I'm doing it because I'm tired of feeling powerless. He nodded. Then keep going. After work, I rushed to the evening class. My heart pounded when I stepped inside. It had been months since I last saw Professor Hayes. He looked at me over his glasses. Mr. Cole. You're back? Yeah, I said. If that's okay. He smiled warmly. It's more than okay. Sit. Learn. Grow. I slid into a seat. The room buzzed with voices, but for the first time, I felt like I belonged there. Midway through his lecture, Professor Hayes paused. Ethan, he said, what do you think about this model? My stomach twisted. Me? Yes, you, he said. Your mind has always been sharp. Don't let your doubts bury that. I swallowed. I think the problem isn't the model, it's how the company applies it. He smiled. Exactly. Hearing that stirred something inside me, something I hadn't felt in a long time. Confidence. After class, as I packed my bag, someone tapped my shoulder. I turned to see Zoe Miller, one of the top students. Her ponytail bounced when she moved. You came back, she said. Yeah, I said awkwardly. Trying to get my life together. I noticed, she said. You were answering questions like you never left. I laughed. I was shaking the whole time. That's normal, she said. What matters is you showed up. Most people don't. Thanks, I said softly. I'm trying. She nodded. Keep trying. You'll surprise yourself. As she walked away, I couldn't help smiling. It had been a while since someone believed in me without hesitation. Later that night, I sat with my textbooks spread across the table when Daniel poked his head into the room. So this is your life now? Studying and overtime? For now, I said. It feels good. It feels right. He sat down. You seem different. Stronger. I'm not strong, I said. Not yet. But I'm learning how to be. Daniel leaned back. That's the point. You're moving forward. I took a deep breath. I still think about her sometimes. That's okay, he said. Healing isn't instant. I know, I whispered. But today I didn't feel like a ghost. He smiled. Because you're finally living for yourself. I looked at my notes, the scribbles, the highlighted lines, and for the first time since everything fell apart, I felt a flicker inside me, a small spark. Belief. It wasn't loud. It didn't roar. But it was there, steady and warm, like a quiet promise. And I wasn't going to let it die. I was reviewing my notes outside the campus cafe when I heard a voice I hadn't expected to hear again, at least not this soon. Hey, it's been a while, Lily said. I looked up slowly. Yeah. I've been busy. Her eyebrows lifted a little. Busy? With what? Studying. Working. Improving myself. I closed my notebook. You know, life. Oh. She tried to smile. That's new. It is, I said. For a moment she didn't speak, as if waiting for the old version of me to fill the silence with nervous rambling. I didn't. So, she tried again. You look different. Like you've been doing something good. I have, I said. It feels better than chasing people who never wanted me. Her lips parted. I didn't. It's fine. I cut in. I'm past it. Sarah walked up beside her. Lily, Mason is asking where you, oh. Her eyes flicked to me. Right. I gave a polite nod. Hi, Sarah. She returned it hesitantly and leaned toward Lily. He's in a mood again. Lily whispered back, but not quietly enough. What now? He keeps snapping at everyone. Sarah muttered. Honestly, he's getting less charming by the day. My chest tightened, not from jealousy, but from the sudden shift in the air around us. Lily froze. Sarah's words hit her harder than she expected, and her gaze flicked toward me as if checking whether I'd heard. I had. Lily swallowed. He's just stressed. Sure, Sarah said under her breath. I stood up. I should go. Wait, Lily said quickly. Can we talk for a second? I adjusted my bag. About what? She looked down for a moment. You seem different. I didn't think you'd actually. Move on? I offered. Her eyes lifted. Yeah. I had to, I said. I wasn't living. I was just waiting. For something that wasn't going to happen. She shifted uncomfortably. You make it sound like I did something terrible. You didn't choose me, I said softly. That's not terrible. That's life. But I chose how I reacted to it, and I'm changing that now. She didn't speak right away. Her shoulders lowered, almost deflated. I didn't expect you to stop trying. I didn't expect you to care. Her breath hitched. Just a little, but I caught it. Look, I added, I'm not angry. I'm just done living like I'm not enough. Sarah tugged her sleeve. Lily, seriously, we have to go before Mason explodes again. I glanced at them. Good luck with that. Lily's eyes widened at my tone, calm, detached, nothing like the boy who once clung to her words like oxygen. I'll see you around, I said. Wait, she said again, voice softer than before. You really don't feel the same? I feel different, I replied. And honestly, it feels right. Her expression flickered, shock, confusion, and then something I'd never seen in her before. Regret. Real, unmistakable regret. I miss when things were simple, she whispered. They were simple, I said. You just didn't want me. And now I don't want the version of myself who waited. I stepped past her. She didn't call after me this time. And for the first time, she was the one watching me walk away. Zoe nearly crashed into me outside the student lounge, waving her phone like it was on fire. Oh my God, have you seen this? She shouted. I blinked. Seen what? Did Mason finally get humbled publicly? Better, she said, shoving the screen in my face. Your idea? The one you posted in the discussion forum? It's viral. My what? She grinned. People love it. And someone special noticed. Special how? I asked, already feeling my heart pounding. Adrian Black commented on it, she said. Yes, the Adrian Black. That's not funny. It's not a joke, she insisted. He wants to meet you. Meet me? Why? Before she answered, my phone buzzed. A new email. I opened it, and my breath caught. Zoe, I whispered. He actually wants a meeting. I told you. She clapped her hands. You're about to level up. I tried to speak, but my voice came out thin. Why would someone like him reach out to someone like me? She nudged my shoulder. Because he sees what you don't yet. 2 hours later, I walked into a quiet private cafe room, nerves shaking inside me. A man stood up from the corner table. You must be the creator of that proposal, he said. His voice was calm, controlled. Adrian Black. Yeah, I said. I didn't think you'd actually want to talk. He gestured for me to sit. I don't waste time on ideas that don't matter. Yours does. My throat tightened. You really think so? Adrian leaned forward. Your business model is bold. Unpolished, yes, but the core is strong. Who taught you to think like that? No one, I said. Just life? He smirked. Hard lessons make sharper minds. I chuckled nervously. I've had a few of those. I can tell. His eyes narrowed slightly, not judging, analyzing. Tell me what inspired this idea. I needed a way to build something for myself, I said. Something that didn't depend on anyone validating me. He nodded once. Good answer. You're designing solutions from pain. That's where real innovation comes from. Not comfort. I guess I never thought anyone important would see it. Well, he said. I saw it. And I think you're worth investing in. My breath stopped. Investing, as in money? Yes. Funding, mentorship, resources. But I need to know if you're ready to commit. I stared at him. Why me? You don't even know me. Because potential isn't hidden, he said. It just waits for someone to recognize it. I swallowed hard. I want this. I want to build something real. Then we'll begin immediately. He slid a card across the table. Call me tomorrow. We'll discuss the first steps. I held the card like it was a lifeline. Thank you? Honestly, thank you. Make sure you don't waste the opportunity, he said. That's all I ask? Ava nearly screamed when I told her. You're kidding! He offered you funding? He did, I said, barely believing my own words. She grabbed my shoulders. This is it. This is the start of your real life. For once, I felt it too. Success wasn't a dream anymore. It was finally knocking on my door. I stared at the tiny office space Adrian helped me secure and whispered. This is really happening, right? Zoe dropped a box of supplies on the floor. Oh, it's happening. You're officially a founder now. I feel unqualified, I muttered. She raised a brow. You are unqualified. That's why you're learning. I groaned. That doesn't help. It's not supposed to, she said. It's supposed to motivate you. Before I could answer, Adrian walked in, sharp as ever. Are you both done wasting time? Zoe saluted. Captain Efficiency. He ignored her and looked straight at me. You have 2 meetings today and 3 deliverables. Are you prepared? Define prepared, I said. Wrong answer, he replied. Sit. We're going over your pitches again. I sat down, rubbing my temples. I barely slept. Good, Adrian said. Sleep later. Build now, Zoe whispered. He says that like he's allergic to beds. Adrian shot her a look. Zoe's silence. She zipped her lips dramatically. He turned to me. Repeat the opening line. I inhaled. Our company helps small creators. Stop, he said instantly. Say it like you believe it. A spark of irritation flickered in me. I do believe it. Then speak like it, he said. Again. I straightened my shoulders. Our company helps small creators expand their reach by giving them tools big corporations hide behind paywalls. Adrian nodded. Better. Again. Zoe clapped softly. Look at you. CEO energy. I'm not a CEO yet, I said. Yes, Adrian corrected. You are. You stepped into this building, you became one. I swallowed. Right. By noon, after back-to-back meetings, I slumped in my chair. I'm drowning. Ava called me right then. How's my favorite almost burned-out businessman? Barely alive, I said. She laughed. That's part of the glow-up arc, survive it. I'm trying, I muttered. Trying is good, she said. But don't forget to celebrate the small wins. What small wins? You signed 2 clients, she reminded me. That's not small. I blinked. I guess I actually did. You're on your way, Ava said. I'm proud of you. Her words eased something inside me. Thanks. Really? Now go. Make more wins, she said before hanging up. Later that week, Zoe burst into the office again. You're not going to believe this. What now? I asked. You made your first serious profit. Like real money. I stared at the spreadsheet. Numbers that used to be fantasies were now in front of me. This is mine. Yours, she said. You built this. My chest warmed. I actually did. Adrian stepped inside. Good. Now reinvest it. Can I enjoy it for 5 seconds? 4 seconds left, he replied dryly. Zoe snorted. He's impossible. But he's right, I said, surprising myself. Adrian smirked. Finally, you understand. That evening, walking out of a cafe after another networking call, I heard a familiar voice behind me. Is that you? I turned. Lily stood a few steps away, eyes wide, almost unsure. For the first time, it wasn't me staring at her. It was her staring at me. I was reviewing contracts in the office when I heard her voice, soft, almost hesitant. Ethan, can we talk? I looked up. Lily stood in the doorway, eyes wide, carrying that same old mix of warmth and hesitation I used to crave. I straightened and smiled politely. Of course. Come in. She stepped inside slowly, glancing around at the space I'd built. Wow, you've changed a lot. I have, I said. So have you, I guess. She laughed softly. Maybe. But I didn't come here to talk about me. She paused. It's Mason. He's not who I thought he was. I raised an eyebrow. Is that so? She nodded. I trusted him, believed in him. But he's different. Arrogant. Selfish. He doesn't care the way I thought he did. I leaned back in my chair, keeping my expression neutral. I'm sorry to hear that. I know I ignored you when it mattered, she said quietly. And I regret it. I shouldn't have. I kept my smile polite, but my guard was up. People make choices, Lily. We can't undo them. I know, she said, biting her lip. But can we talk? Like before? Just like friends, maybe? I tilted my head slightly. Talk like before? Yes, she said. Before everything. When it was simple. When we understood each other. I studied her for a moment, noting the subtle shift in her expression, the hesitation, the longing. Something inside me stirred, but it wasn't anger. It was clarity. I can talk, I said carefully. But things aren't like before. I'm not the same guy who waited silently while you chose someone else. Her eyes widened slightly. I know. You just realized what you lost. I finished for her. That's okay. Everyone learns eventually. She swallowed hard. I didn't expect to see you like this. Strong. Confident. Happy. I'm happy enough, I said. Not because of anyone else, but because I chose myself. She nodded slowly, her voice soft. I wish I had known sooner. I wish I had valued you. You weren't ready, I said gently. And I wasn't waiting anymore. That's the difference. She looked down, silent for a moment. Then she whispered, I missed you. I really did. I nodded. I know. But missing someone doesn't mean they get to control your life. I've learned that the hard way. Her eyes glimmered with unshed tears. I just wanted a chance. I know, I said. And I hope you find what you're looking for. But I'm not that person anymore. She nodded, a sad smile crossing her face. I understand. I returned a polite smile. Inside, I felt something I hadn't felt when she walked away all those years ago. Power. Not revenge, not malice, just clarity. She had ignored me when I needed her most. Now she finally saw the man I had become. And I was ready for whatever came next. I was at the cafe, sipping my coffee and reviewing emails, when Sarah approached cautiously. Ethan, can I talk to you? She asked. Her voice was quiet, almost hesitant. I looked up. Sure. What's up? She sat across from me, fidgeting with her cup. It's about Mason. You need to know the truth. I frowned. What do you mean? She took a deep breath. He's not the guy Lily thought he was. He used her. For attention. For status. Her popularity at the party. He leveraged it to make himself look important. I blinked, shocked. He did what? Sarah leaned closer. And it gets worse. He cheated on her, Ethan. Publicly. Right in front of everyone. Then he humiliated her. Left her crying by the fountain that night. I felt my stomach twist. Why didn't she say anything? She's embarrassed. Ashamed. And she was hoping no one would know. But I couldn't stay silent. I ran a hand through my hair. And you think I should just tell her? No, Sarah said softly. I think he should be there if she needs someone. You've always been that person. I nodded, even though my mind was racing. I hadn't expected this. And then I saw her, Lily, walking into the cafe, her eyes red, shoulders slumped. Ethan, she whispered, voice trembling. Lily, I said, standing. What happened? She sank into the seat across from me, burying her face in her hands. I chose wrong. I thought Mason cared. I thought he loved me. I stayed silent, letting her speak, remembering all the times she had ignored my feelings. He wasn't who I thought, she said, her voice breaking. He used me, humiliated me, and she shivered. I don't even know who I am anymore. I reached out instinctively, but stopped myself. My hand hovered, unsure. Lily, I'm sorry. I really am. She looked up at me, eyes wide, glistening with tears. I thought I made the right choice. I wanted someone who could protect me, and I ended up with someone cruel. I swallowed, feeling a mix of pity, frustration, and something else. I get it, I said carefully. But you also forgot about me. You ignored everything I felt for you. Her gaze dropped. I know. I was blind. I didn't see what was in front of me. And now? I asked softly. I don't know, she admitted. I wish I could take it back. I nodded, feeling the weight of years spent hoping she'd notice me. The heartbreak, the waiting, all the silent confessions. I wish you luck, I said, keeping my voice calm. I really do. But I'm not the same boy who waited. I can't be. Her lips trembled. I understand. And in that moment, I felt the bittersweet sting of empathy and closure. I could feel her pain, but I also felt the power I had gained, the clarity I had fought for. She had chosen wrong, and I had survived it. I walked into the office and froze for a moment. The dashboard flashed numbers I couldn't believe. Our app downloads had tripled overnight. "Ethan! Look at these stats!" Zoe shouted, practically bouncing. "We're trending globally." I laughed, still in disbelief. I can't believe it. This is insane." Adrian leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, smirking. "Believe it. You earned it." "Earned it?" I said. "I just worked." He shook his head. "Working isn't enough. You strategized. You built something people needed. That's why you're here, not just anyone with a laptop." Zoe clapped me on the shoulder. "And don't forget, you survived the heartbreak that should have crushed you. That's real strength." I exhaled, letting it sink in. "Yeah, maybe that did push me forward." Daniel walked in, carrying 2 coffees. "Heard the news. Mind if I interrupt your celebration?" "Never," I said, grinning. He handed me a cup. "Proud of you, little brother." "Really proud." "Thanks," I said, smiling. "Means a lot coming from you." Zoe nudged me. "See? Not just me gushing. Your whole support team believes in you." "I still can't believe it," I whispered. "All the late nights, the failures, it's finally paying off." Adrian smirked. "And the best part? This is just the beginning. You've built a base. The world is watching now." I nodded. "Feels like, for the first time, I'm standing on top of my life." Meanwhile, the whispers of the outside world reached me in waves. News articles, social media posts. I saw Lily's face on multiple trending threads. "She's not handling things well," Sarah had texted earlier. "Breakups, backlash, emotional exhaustion, it's everywhere." I didn't respond immediately. Part of me felt a sting, but mostly I felt clarity. I had moved forward, and she hadn't. Mason was even worse. His influence had tanked after his lies and public scandals surfaced. People finally saw him for what he was, selfish and shallow. I allowed myself a small, satisfied smile. Not revenge, not celebration at their expense, but recognition that the balance had shifted. Zoe noticed. "You're glowing." "Not with anger, with confidence." "Yeah," I said, sipping my coffee. "I feel powerful, but in the right way. Finally, my life isn't dictated by anyone else." Adrian leaned closer. "Power isn't just numbers or fame. It's control over your choices. And you have that now." I nodded slowly. "I get it. The heartbreak, the setbacks, they weren't the end. They were the push I needed." Daniel raised his cup. "To you, Ethan. For proving what determination, hard work, and a little pain can do." I clinked my cup against his and Zoe's. "To rising higher. To never letting anyone define us again." And for the first time, I truly felt it, standing on top of my own life, unshakable, unstoppable, and free. I was in my office reviewing contracts when Lily's text came through. "Can we meet?" "Just us, please." I stared at it for a long moment. My thumb hovered over the reply button. "Yes," I typed finally. When she arrived, she looked smaller, somehow fragile. Her eyes were red, and she avoided mine at first. "Ethan," she started, her voice trembling. I gestured to the chair across from me. "Sit. What's going on?" She hesitated, then sank into the seat. I owe you an apology. I should have never ignored you. I thought you weren't good enough. I thought." She choked on her words, tears spilling down her cheeks. I kept my expression calm, even though my chest tightened. "You thought I wasn't good enough?" She nodded miserably. "Yes. I didn't see what was in front of me. I only chased what seemed easier. I hurt you. I held up a hand. "I know. You made your choice, Lily. You can't change the past." "I know," she whispered, wiping her tears. But I need you to hear me. I ignored your heart when you gave me everything. And I'm so sorry. I leaned back in my chair, taking a slow breath. The hurt flared for a moment, but then clarity settled in. I didn't need anger. I didn't need revenge. I've heard you, I said gently. And yes, it hurt. It still stings a little. But strangely, hearing you say it, it also frees me. Her eyes widened. Frees you? Yes, I said. I've spent so long waiting, hurting, hoping for something that wasn't mine to hold. And now, I don't blame you. I don't resent you. I've moved on, Lily. Truly moved on. Her hands trembled in her lap. Moved on from me? I shook my head. Not from the memories, not from the lessons, but from holding you responsible for my happiness. I've built my life, my success, my peace. That doesn't need to include you. She swallowed, tears glistening. I never meant to hurt you like that. I know, I said softly. I believe you. And that's enough. You can't rewrite what happened, but you can acknowledge it. And you did. Her voice cracked. I wish I could take it all back. You can't, I said gently. And I wouldn't ask you to. What matters is that we both move forward. I forgive you. Not because you asked for it, but because I need it for myself. She nodded slowly, finally looking at me. Her lips quivered. Thank you? Ethan. I smiled, a real, calm smile. Thank you, Lily. For finally being honest. And for letting me close this chapter. We sat in silence for a moment, just two people acknowledging the past without letting it control the present. And for the first time in years, I felt fully free, untangled from heartbreak, unshackled from regrets, and ready to continue living on my own terms. I stared out the plane window, city lights stretching beneath me. Can you believe this? I asked Zoe, who was buckled in beside me. Believe it? Ethan, we've gone international, she said, grinning ear to ear. From that tiny office to the world stage. I laughed softly. I never thought this would happen. Not back when, you know. Zoe nudged my arm. Back when Lily ignored you. I smiled wryly. Exactly. I wouldn't change it though. Every setback led here. Wise words, CO, she said, teasing. Adrian appeared in the aisle, dropping into the seat across from us. Talking about your journey again? Someone has to document it, I said. He smirked. Fair enough. Just remember, people aren't praising the past. They're praising the man you became. That's what counts. I nodded, taking it in. I guess it's strange hearing people call me the man who built himself from heartbreak. Strange or satisfying? Adrian asked. Both, I admitted. At the first conference, the interviewer's voice was calm, professional. Ethan, your story is inspiring. How did you transform personal pain into global success? I leaned forward. It wasn't easy. I made mistakes, let people hurt me, and sometimes I almost gave up. But I realized my value didn't depend on anyone else. I focused on myself, my skills, and building something meaningful. That's how I turned failure into progress. The audience applauded. I could feel the weight of their attention, and it felt good. Real. Later, Zoe whispered, You're amazing up there. Everyone is listening. I smiled. I just speak honestly. That's all anyone really wants to hear. Adrian clapped my shoulder. And they love it. You're a storyteller now, not just a businessman. I laughed. A storyteller with spreadsheets. Between conferences, Ava caught up with me. Ethan, you've changed everything. Not just your life, but how I see you. I looked at her, warmth filling me. Thanks, Ava. I appreciate that. I couldn't have done it without you believing in me. She smiled softly. I always did. I just didn't say it enough. I nodded, feeling a surge of gratitude for everyone who'd stood by me, Adrian, Zoe, Ava. Each one a part of this journey, a reminder that the world wasn't cruel when you chose yourself first. Back in my hotel room, I looked out at the skyline. My name was everywhere. Articles, interviews, accolades. And yet, the best part wasn't recognition. It was knowing I had built it all, from heartbreak, from struggle, from believing in myself when no one else did. The world knew my name now. But more importantly, I finally knew my worth. I stepped onto the balcony of the conference hall, the city lights stretching endlessly before me. Ava walked beside me, her hand brushing against mine. "You've come so far," she said softly. "I'm proud of you." I smiled, looking out at the skyline. It's still surreal. From being invisible, heartbroken, ignored, to this. "You earned it," Ava said firmly. "You fought for yourself." I nodded, feeling the weight of every setback, every moment I'd been overlooked. It wasn't easy. There were times I thought I'd never get here. But each failure, each heartbreak, it pushed me to build something real. Zoe appeared behind us, grinning. And here we are. Global recognition, people inspired by your journey. You actually did it, Ethan. I did, I said quietly. But it's more than just success. It's freedom. Freedom from needing anyone else to validate me. Ava smiled warmly. That's why this feels different. You're not just a success story. You're a man who truly knows his worth. I glanced at the street below. A familiar face caught my attention, Lily. She was standing across the road, watching the lights, her expression heavy with something I once longed to see, awe, maybe even regret. She's noticing, Zoe whispered beside me. I nodded, a small smile tugging at my lips. Noticing isn't enough. I waited too long for her. And I can't do that anymore. Ava squeezed my hand. Then walk forward. That's all that matters. I exhaled, letting the past settle behind me. Every tear, every sleepless night, every rejection, it all had a purpose. Each one had built me into someone stronger, someone unshakable. Zoe leaned closer. You're glowing, Ethan. Not because of fame or money. Because you finally value yourself. I chuckled softly. Funny how it took losing someone who didn't see me to make me see me. Ava looked at me, her eyes filled with warmth. And now you have a future that's entirely yours. One that doesn't rely on anyone else. I nodded, feeling the truth in her words. Exactly. I'm free. My past can't control me anymore. We stood together, the night humming with possibilities. I took a deep breath, feeling the full weight of triumph, not just in business, but in life, in heart, in spirit. From invisible, ignored, and heartbroken, I had risen. I had rewritten my destiny. And somewhere across the street, Lily watched, realizing too late what she had let go. I turned to Ava, smiling. Ready to walk forward? Always, she said. I stepped into the future with her by my side, unburdened, unafraid, unstoppable. She ignored my love, but now, the world can't ignore my success.